Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. We are now watching a lion feeding session, a moment that offers a very different perspective on the animals compared to the rest of play. Even before food appears, there's a noticeable change in their behaviours. Lions become alert, more focused. Heads are lifted, bodies shift. The attention sharpens. These subtle changes tell us that instinct is taking over. Feeding time engages behaviours that are deeply rooted in a lion's natural role as an apex predator. There's no frantic movement here. Instead, what stands out is control. Lions conserve energy, moving only when necessary. Every step is deliberate, and every action has purpose. As feeding begins, you'll notice the lions position themselves. Paws are used to steady the food, anchoring it firmly in place. The head tilts at specific angles, allowing the jaws to apply pressure efficiently. This isn't random, it's the result of evolutionary refinement over thousands of generations. Their strength is undeniable, but it's also paired with restraint. Despite their power, lions don't need to rush. They know their position, their ability, and their surroundings. One of the most fascinating aspects of feeding is just how quiet it often is. There's no noise, no dramatic displays, just steady controlled movements with focused attention. It's a reminder that true power doesn't need to announce itself. Watching closely, you can see how the lion uses its entire body. Muscles work together seamlessly, supporting each movement. The neck, the shoulders, and forelimbs all play a role, distributing effort and maintaining balance. Feeding sessions also offer insight into awareness and self-control. Even while eating, lions remain alert to what's happening around them. Ears flick, eyes scan. The posture adjusts subtly. This constant awareness is part of survival in the wild. At Yorkshire Wildlife Park, the feeding is structured to encourage natural behaviour rather than simple consumption. This also helps to maintain physical health and mental engagement, allowing the lions to express instincts that are essential to their well-being. There's something deeply absorbing about watching a family fully engaged in what it's designed to do. It strips away distractions and reminds us that balance exists in nature. Effort matched with efficiency, strength paired with calm. As the feeding session continues, movements often slow. The initial intensity gives way to a more relaxed pace. Energy is conserved, and the lion becomes increasingly still between bites. This is the transition from focus to calm, as if it's important as the feeding itself. After the exertion comes rest, allowing the body to recover and maintain long-term strength. Once feeding is complete, the lion often settles into a resting position. Breathing steadies, muscles relax, and the animal returns to a state of watchfulness. Moments like this offer more than just visual interest. They provide an insight into an animal shaped by millions of years of evolution, one that balances power with patience and instinct with control. Watching a lion feed encourages respect rather than fear, not because of aggression or dominance, but because of composure, awareness and presence. It's easy to see why lions have captured humans' imagination for so long, not for their constant action, but for the confidence they carry even in stillness. As the scene winds down, there's a sense of completeness. The lion is satisfied, calmed and settled, a reminder that nature often moves at its own steady rhythm. Taking time to observe moments like this allows us to slow down as well, to appreciate the strength and balance that defines one of the world's most iconic animals. We're also spending some unhurried time watching the baby lions at Yorkshire Wildlife Park, a place known for giving its animals the space and environment they need to grow, explore and behave naturally. There's something quietly captivating about watching a lion at its early stages of life. Even without any dramatic movements, the way the cub sits, looks around and reacts to the world already hints at an animal that it will one day become. At this age, everything is still new. Every sound, every movement in the distance, every shift in light to invite curiosity. You'll notice how the cub pauses often, stopping to observe before moving again. These moments of stillness are just as important as the bursts of activity. They're how young lions assess their surroundings. Play is a central part of the development of the lion cubs. Through play they build strength, coordination, balance and confidence. Movements that might look random or clumsy are actually laying the groundwork for future hunting skills. Bouncing, pawing, rolling, all short classes in how to serve a purpose, even when they appear gentle or playful. What's especially striking is how instinctive these behaviours are. No one teaches a cub how to crouch low before a playful pounce, it just simply happens. These movements are deeply ingrained, passed down through generations, ready to surface as soon as the body is capable of performing them. There's also a softness at this stage of life that's easy to overlook when thinking about lions. The rounded features, the lighter movements, the occasional hesitation remind us that this is still a young animal, learning through trial and error. You may notice moments where the cub seems briefly unsure, stepping forward, then pulling back, or stopping to look around before continuing. That hesitation is part of learning. It's how confidence is built gradually, through experience rather than forced. Rest plays an important role too. Between periods of activity, lion cubs often settle down, stretch out, or simply sit quietly. These calm moments allow their bodies to recover and their minds to process everything they've just experienced. Growth happens during rest as much as it does during movement. As the cub becomes more comfortable in the environment, movements start to look smoother, more deliberate. Short walks become longer explorations. Curious glances turn into confident stares. Each day brings subtle changes that slowly shapes the lion's presence and awareness. Social development is also beginning here. Even when the cubs aren't directly interacting, they're constantly learning by observing others, body language, spacing, all reactions, and these all contribute to how they understand their place within the group. At Yorkshire Wildlife Park, the enclosure design encourages this natural development. There's room to explore, places to rest, varied terrain that supports both physical and mental growth. This kind of environment allows young animals to develop at their own pace, without unnecessary pressure. Watching a baby lion like this can feel strangely grounding. There's no sense of urgency, no expectation to perform, just a young animal existing fully in the moment, exploring when curious, resting when tired, and learning through experience. Once again, thank you for watching. Please like, share and consider subscribing. It will help the channel grow. Take care of yourselves and I'll see you on the next one. Please enjoy the remaining footage.